As we all know, the Sierra Leone Teachers Union issued a press release days ago towards the government of Sierra Leone because they have not been paid their subsidies. The statement and the press release says the Sierra Leone Teachers Union (SLTU), in consultation with the sub association of namely CPSS, NACOT, CHTVI, and NSA, wishes to remind the government of our suspended strike notice is issued on 25th of November 2024 relating to the issue of school fee subsidies amongst others. However, due to the continued prevalence of issues arising to the union has no alternative but to lift its suspended strike notice or hereby declared a strike action with effect from the 8th of September. The 8th is supposed to be the day that school should resume until the following issues are addressed. Government, we are pleading, and I guess you guys must understand and then be considerate about this matter. This release was released on the 3rd of September. The payment of second term and third term school fees and subsidies for the last year and the first term of 2025-2026 academic year supposed to be met. These are the things that their criteria they're supposed to be addressed. Government to ensure prompt payment of school fees subsidies at the commencement of every school term. They are trying to say here, the government of Sierra Leone, through the Ministry of Education, have not been paying them on supposing time, when the term starts, they should be paid before the commencement of the term, and they should be paid immediately after they have done their supposing work. And these are things that are hindering us as Africans or as a nation, because a teacher that's supposed to impact knowledge to kids is not being happy or not being paid well. How can he be okay to pass on information? It is very risky to the government. Government to rectify non-payment, underpayment, and other amenities, abnormalities in the payment of school fee subsidies. The teachers are trying to say they are underpaid. Many of them are underpaid. Yes, according to sources, I don't know how certain it is that the minimum wage for them is 800 leones. What can it do for somebody who has his wife and so on and family members to take care of? In payment of the school fees, so if they are not being considered on doing the supporting things, I guess the school system would definitely go to a dump. The government to revive the current amount paid per pupil as school fee subsidies to reflect on the current economy and inflationary trend in the country for subsequent fee terms. As we all know, Sierra Leone is hard. Nobody denies that. Nobody can debunk that. Things are very hard in Sierra Leone. So they are requesting for the government to increase the amount that is being paid for a specific kid. And if they continue pay this, you are teaching as a teacher, you are as a head teacher or principal, and yet still you don't have food to eat. You'll be in the classroom thinking of how you can feed your families. And mind you, teaching is a big job. Never mind they are not being considered as one of the important professions, but they are one of the key professions in any society in life. Because you not be a teacher, even if the president will not be there. The ministers and so on other leaders will never reach the peak they are. But with the blessing of God and the teachers, they were able to go there through their assistance. Effective teaching and learning in schools to enhance quality education. Government should, with immediate effect, resume the supply of teaching and learning material that have not been provided for the last 3 years. President Bio and the ministers and Minister of Education and Civic Education, your flagship program is education, free quality education, according to your campaign terms and requests. So if we are seeing this kind of thing, it's kind of baffling and then disturbing to understand. You prioritize education and these people are requesting for this. And mind you, these people are not trained people. They are the people that are benefiting from those equipment directly. And they are requesting for the government to be immediate and effective in supplying them their supposed material. According to them, for the past 3 years, they haven't received any supposed supply from the government, which is risky because quality comes from the material they are receiving. Number 7, they say the government has indicated that human capital development is the basis for the overall development of the country, and technical vocational institutes as a key middle and a level manpower. Technical vocational institution on what? Okay, the production. Government should therefore give the due consideration to the recruitment of what? Technical and vocational instructions on the payroll. They are trying to say not all departments in the education system are being considered. The technical and other side are supposed to be taken into consideration and supposed to be paid because they also are impacting people in their own little corner. Number 8, they say reinstatement and payment of backlog salaries for genuine teachers who have been suspended from the payroll in July 2025. There are some things, if these kind of press releases are not being given out, we cannot understand them. So governments are suspended, teachers from July 2025. And the people are demanding for them to be paid. Obviously, yes, they should be paid. They have worked for their supposing the money that they're supposed to be paid. And if they have been suspended, for what reason? What have they done? And mind you, the number 9 is a non-payment of performance-based finance (PBF) to primary schools for a long time. They have not been paid. Non-payment of what? Performance-based finance. How teachers are performing and how results are coming from the specific, because hearing that the school have a 290, 300 and something, it's based on how the teachers they've been committed and how effective he taught his kids. Had it not been for that, if not for that, they would not have gotten all these numbers of marks that is making us to be proud of our kids. After mentioned concern and severe hindrances to effective teachers and learning in the schools, and addressing them will promote the attainment of government in flagship program of free quality education. Imagine they are even advising the government to be very considerate in what, because that's their flagship program. Their flagship program here. Free quality education. If these things are not met, the quality will not be there. It will be free, but quality will not be there. We look forward to the government prompt intervention in order to avert this disruption of reopening of schools. They themselves are fathers, mothers, and uncles, aunties, brothers. They are not wishing for the school not to reopen on the 8th of which is on Monday, the 8th of September. So they are asking the government to be very considerate in doing that. After that, on the 4th, which was yesterday, the government of Sierra Leone, through the Ministry of Ministry of Education, Ministry of Basic and Senior Secondary School Education, Englandville. It says the Minister of Basic and Senior Secondary Education is pleased to inform all parents, pupils, school authorities, education stakeholders, and the general public that the school nationwide will reopen on 8th September 2025 in line with the official schedule of the 2025 and 2026 academic year. Okay, that is what the ministry is saying. The school will definitely open on the 8th of September, which is on Monday, the coming Monday. The following fruitful discussions between the government of Sierra Leone and the Sierra Leone Teachers Union. They are trying to say they had a proper discussion between themselves, education side, and then the Teachers Union and the Ministry of Education. On the 4th September, His Excellency the Vice President Dr. Mohamed Julde Jallo convened a high-level meeting at his office with the leadership of the Ministry of Basic and Senior Secondary School (MBSSE), representative from the Sierra Leone and the Sierra Leone Teachers Union (SLTU). The Vice President of Sierra Leone, the Mohamed Julde Jallo, who is Vice President, according to the Ministry of Basic and Senior Secondary School Education, they held the meeting with the Teachers Union and then the Minister of Basic and Senior Secondary School at his office. He continued by saying the Teaching Service Commission (TSC) and the Conference of Principals of Secondary School (CPASS). The meeting addressed concerns raised by the union, particularly the issue of backlog and subsidies. Okay, the backlog and subsidies is what they are concerned about. What about the teaching material? But I guess they must have addressed that thing. But these are things that are supposed to be met and then discussed because of key reasons. If they are not discussed, it's gonna be like dangerous for the development of a nation like Sierra Leone. As a result of these consecutive meetings, the government has disbursed backlog subsidies for the second term and the third term, established committee with clear responsibilities to address the remaining issue raised by the union. They are trying to say that they have decided to raise money and then they have paid the second term and the third term for last academic year to the supposed schools. Now, but in a body, but not yet this coming term. They have just paid their past debt here. Okay, the commitments have paved the way for consensus that the school will reopen on early schedule on 8th September, ensuring the uninterrupted continuity in education of people across Sierra Leone, which is not bad. This is what all parents are praying for. Even teachers are happy for this. The government reaffirmed the steadfast commitment to reporting teachers, strengthening the education sector, and prioritizing the welfare of learners. These things will only work, not as a matter of being honest or so, it will only work when there is food on their tables. Okay, now I say, according to them, for quote by saying, the minister commends the SLTUs, the CPSS, the TSC, and all education stakeholders for their dedication and collaboration and tireless effort in safeguarding the future of our children. Brahma M. Sowa, the permanent secretary, Minister of Education. This press release, it is just baffling me and then confusing me. Not because I don't understand, but because the plans and the way things are happening are not working in line. We were expecting to be, if there should be any issue in pertaining development in Sierra Leone, not in part of education, we should be very sincere, because the amount of monies we have been hearing that has been poured in that specific sector, it's mad.